Oh, wait. Oh, well, we're live like this. I got to do it the hard way. I forgot. I turned off the intro because of
no intro, man. We're just
I
boom.
was doing something else. So you know what? That's right. We'll still give it an intro.
I think I'd be more apt to committing to a tattoo with Nick. And somebody said a tramp stamp. I think I would be more willing to get a tramp stamp, like the C3 logo tramp stamp. So I guess I'll just say that right now. I'll get the C3 logo tramp stamp.
Okay,
at 40,
can we
40K.
hold on a second? Can we hold on?
You heard it here first. Tyler's gonna get the C3 tramp stamp if we hit 40K.
Yep.
Nice.
I'll do it.
It's showtime.
OnlySlabs.
Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here from the Great Wall of Comics. It's Saturday. It's Slabber Day. It's Comics Curing Cancer, and it's going to be a fantabulous show today. With me, of course, my camera's not reversed. Over here, Chris, the comic vet, and of course, the single most frequent appearing guest on OnlySlabs, our lovely friend, Doc, aka ManCaveComics. Welcome back to the show, sir. So happy you could be here for the Comics Curing Cancer special.
It's my honor. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Today, guys, something's a little bit different that's going on, obviously, with Comics Curing Cancer. You will notice I have disabled the super chats. There's going to be no super chats today because everything is about Comics Curing Cancer. The link should be pinned up at the top of the stream, which is takes you to the portal to donate. So that way you can make donations to Comics Curing Cancer. Here's what's going to be happening today for this. I'm going to make myself big for this. For every $25 that you donate during this show, we're going to put your name on a wheel. We're going to call it Wheel of Slabs. And then at the end of the show, we are going to, instead of doing our normal name hashtag giveaways we normally do, we're going to be giving away 5 incredible key comics. Now, to make sure that if you put only $25 in, that you get a chance at the biggest of them all, I will not do the biggest last. I will do the biggest of the slabs first. So what is that? You will have a chance to win this Fantastic Four 52 in a 5.0, the first appearance of the Black Panther. Now, you don't have to send me, please don't send me your screenshots of your donation. I will get them via email here.
Or of your junk.
So, yeah. So this book will be the first book pulled. Somebody for just $25 could get this book.
Wow.
Now, if you miss out on that, we have some fabulous consolation prizes. I've got the first appearance of the Black Cat in a 6.0 signed by Marv Wolfman.
I'm already getting mad, and I don't know why.
Yeah, the consolation prize is only a $200 book, Rob. What the hell?
Signed by Marv Wolfman.
Oh, and then we got the first appearance of Black Widow. It is a restored 2.0 with some slight color touch, but you'll be the proud owner of the first appearance of Black Widow, potentially for only $25.
Great book.
That's third choice. That's a third place.
Yep.
Then we have the first appearance of Black Lightning in a 9.4. First Tobias Whale, first Black Lightning, first
Underrated
ongoing
book.
series for an African-American hero in the DC Comics. That's
Such a
good.
great cover, too.
Love it.
And then breaking with my black theme for some reason, it was incidental, it happened. The fifth book in there will be Eternals #1 in a 9.6. A fabulous Kirby goodness there for somebody.
So cool.
So those are going to be the books that you can get for as little as a $25 donation. Now, we do have a little bit of extra time on today's show, so we will talk about that as it goes. I do want to make sure that everybody is familiar with one important aspect of the portal. So I am going to share my screen right now and show you that when you go to the Comics Curing Cancer portal, there's two payment sections. This light purple section here, can only be used by our domestic U.S. Viewers, participants, donors. This area here, if you want to pay by credit card, this is where you would go. You can either just hit the $50 or $25, whatever amount, or type it in here and go through it. Alternatively, if you're international or you just want to pay via PayPal or Venmo or something, or you can click on this second square. It says click here for international donations. It's a weird system. I understand. We're working with within the limit, to work around the limitations that this website had. It's better than last year for certain things. So anyway, so that's how that's going to work. There's a field that will pop up and ask you if you want to share your social media. It's not a yes, no question. It's a field for you to just type in your social media name. So what name do I know you as? If I know you as ManCaveComics, then Mara might put in ManCaveComics. That way, when I'm reconciling all this stuff later, I'll know who you are, especially when we're doing this at the auction time. During the auctions, that's going to be super important. All right. So anyway, so that's my little talk about that. Having said that, I still want to do something. I still want to acknowledge the chat. So let's really quickly, just for giggles, let's go ahead and play Romper Room.
Romper bumper, stomper boo, tell me, do. Magic mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play?
Glitter and Duct Tape is here. Happy Saturday. Robert Monroe, happy Saturday, everyone. Les Crucius, hooray. Comiverse, hello, everyone. TM Nerdy, let's go. Rich, Team Ohana Comics, let's freaking go. Rich, of course, huge supporter. He's such a huge supporter. He got C3 tattooed on his body. I ain't even done that.
Great dude.
Thank you, Rich. And he donated a bunch of amazing books, including a 9.6 Invaders Annual Last Schomburg cover that's going to be available during our comics auction tomorrow. TM Nerdy, make sure everyone just sends out donations to Comics Curing Cancer. Refrain from sending super chats. Yeah, I actually turned it off, so that's good. Great message. Jay knows away. What's up, Nerd Army? Get you slabby room. Okay. Good luck with that. Yeah, thanks. You did. Let's see. Brian Barrett. Good day, everyone. I like donuts. Happy Slabber Day. Phil Aileen. Hello, all. Adil. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. John's Comics with Friends. False advertising. Not sure. Oh, not sure what that. Oh, maybe that was the reference to the Tyler and his tattoo. Yeah, I like to play that periodically just to remind people that we are owed a tattoo.
Not just a tattoo, a tramp stamp.
Yeah, exactly. The real James Willie, couching and slouching with Sea Bizzle. Someone has to keep the hope alive. Nick, ayo, I'm the bona fide C3 tattoo out there. No, you're not the only one, because Rich from Team Ohana Comics has one. Let's see here. JSS Brooklyn, here we go. Get ready. The Adventurous Joe. Tyler's been nothing but false advertising. Bat Dan from the UK. Happy Slabber Day and screw cancer. Absolutely. Let's freaking go for Mad Spidey. Space Case Collectibles. How's it going? Sleepy Reader. Hey. Random Reads. Hey, y'all. TM Nerdy still pointing the wrong way. Yeah, well, every once in a while it happens. Vogs, what's up, everybody? Ronnie Johnson, thanks for stopping by. Let's see here. Tate Prime saying hello to everyone. Austin LeMay. We got that 30 months of member from Lone Star or from Lone Eagle. Comiverse dropping 28 months. Geek Out with Roscoe coming in to say hello to everyone. Team Ohana, 23 months. 33 months from Austin LeMay. Joffrey Castro, hello, everybody. Yes, get your $25 donation in to get your entry on the wheel. You'll be able to do that all show long. We'll be talking about that. Let's see. Philobox Comics, good afternoon, slabheads. Comic Avalon, good morning. Senor Headbang, buenos dias, senor. Black Sheep Comic Club, thank you very much. Were you, Senor Headbang, were you out at the McFarlane signing this morning with half the rest of the crew? Let's see here. Joffrey Castro wants, Chris wants that comic.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of comics that I show up to give away. It's true.
It is true.
Let's see here. Who else have? Oh, Christina Payne. Hello, everyone. Thank you for all the stuff of amazing work with those hearts. Let's see here. We say, Johnny's 5 Alive. Yo, Howlin' to Robin the crew. Thank you so much. The real James Willie. Barbarian Kung Fu. How much does a donation get me a mustache ride? Well, you know, I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see. 3 Good Nerds. Love seeing all the community generosity. Absolutely. ABX Comics. Hello, all. Let's kick cancer in the crotch. Lady Fantastic. Who are these 3 kings? Chris Bell. Fuck cancer from the UK. Yes. Let's see here. Oh yeah, he was saying that he did his. He's the only one of the 2 that had the bet that did theirs. Yes. Brian LCS. Hello, all. Anything good this weekend? Well, possibly. Stephen C. Taylor Winder. Woo, we got a lot of people here. Jedi Batman. My wife, the Frenzy one. He was not at the signing this morning. Oh, fair enough. And Izzyverse. All right, I think I swung through them all. I tried to do it quickly. If I missed anybody, do apology. But I'm going to move Doc into the position of power. We're going to have the Doc's going to share with us a few books. You know how the format goes, guys. Meanwhile, I'm going to be distracted for a moment. Chris is going to take point on driving this bus while I'll paying attention to start entering some of you guys onto the wheel right now. Keep those donations coming. We thank you guys so much. Doc, welcome to the show.
Thank you,
in case none of you, there's probably, it might be a few people here who don't know who you are. They haven't seen any of your previous appearances. God knows it's been a long time since this guy has been here for you. So give them a little taste of who are you? How did you get into comic collecting? How long have you been collecting? And then let's hit them with that first book and let them know what they're in for.
Yeah, I've been collecting since the mid 70s, with breaks here and there. You know, Bronze Age. What I'm showing up. It's Halloween, so I got some Bernie Wrightson on the wall here, and of course, first comic was a Tor, Son of Stone, and dinosaurs, and then everything followed from there: superheroes, dinosaurs, horror, you name it. So, what was the other question? Yes, so I definitely love comics, and anybody knows me knows that, and goes without saying.
Phenomenal.
I just went. By the way, I just hit the link and went on PayPal. It was pretty easy. So yeah, everybody get on there and go ahead and support this wonderful venture. I chose horror since it's towards Halloween here.
I've heard that rumor.
Yes,
it's like a mere days away or something.
That's right. Not pre-code horror. I actually have one pre-code horror book, but not DC horror, which is the most popular horror, but this is going to be non-DC, non-Marvel horror. And mostly Charlton, but I have some smattering of some other stuff here too.
These are, I'm going to be curious to see what you got, because I mean, I know a lot, I've seen a lot of this stuff, but you usually have some pretty snazzy grades, and these are not books that I usually see in snazzy grades.
They're hard to get in high grade because, for multiple reasons we'll discuss, but one is people don't collect Charlton. According to some people I've talked to, you got beat up at school if you collected Charlton back in the day. So It was definitely not the, Marvel and DC were kings for sure in the 60s, 70s and
Their
beyond.
circulation wasn't the same. Their paper was
Right.
not exactly the same quality either. Yeah.
But I am not going to say that DC is not the king of horror when it comes to the Bronze Age. But I'm going to posit that Charlton's better than Marvel overall in horror and a better deal.
Yeah.
Marvel has, Tomb of Dracula, Werewolf by Night, they intermingled with superheroes. It was sort of horror, sort of not horror, and
yeah, and then you had a lot of
cartoon.
they had a lot of creature books.
Yeah,
but
creature books.
They were mostly reprints from
Right.
pre-Marvel, and then they had like series that would only go on for a few issues, like Beware or some of these
Right.
other oddball things. So yeah, it was always like kind of like
they have a few really good ones, some Bill Everett covers and some Bernie Wrightson on Marvel that are really great, but they're mostly and don't get me wrong, I love Tomb of Dracula, but I have a hard time even considering it horror when Doctor Strange is on it and things like that. So I'm going to start off though not with Charlton. This is I only have 2 of these, but I always, if I saw them as a kid in any store, I wasn't buying these off the rack. Usually I was going to a used bookstore and I would see these kind of books, but Gold Key is a pretty cool little one. And Boris Karloff Tales of Mystery was one of the main ones. This is actually a file copy. That's why it's a very high grade. Now, anybody not familiar with Gold Key took over when Dell Comics went out of business in the early 60s. They didn't need the Comics Code Authority. They were always sort of nothing too outrageous or anything. But this cover is a pretty cool cover by Wilson, I believe, George Wilson, who did a number of painted covers, sort of a creatures coming out of the water. And you got Boris Karloff
some Boris Karloff stuff. I mean, that's
Yeah, I kind of went right back to some of his movies as soon as the name showed up on the screen. Yeah, Doc, that was a great book to start with.
Yeah, here's another Boris Karloff. This is a Don Rosa collection, and I actually have a good amount of the Don Rosa. Don Rosa liked his Bronze Age horror and offbeat books. So you can see a lot of his. He bought Archie, Gold Key, Charlton, and this is sort of horror. You got a dragon chasing a guy on a motorcycle. It's Boris Karloff, though, which
like something right out of my nightmares. Yeah.
The dude, you're the dragon, and he's stealing your motorcycle.
Well, no. Doc, before you put that down, what year was actually this book released?
1971. So the other one was 1970. This is 1971.
Nice.
This is number 34.
Terrific.
So Gold Key, yeah, it's behind Marvel in probably an overall horror. It's I like I like Gold Key because I've showed Magnus Robot Fighter, Dr. Solar.
You're the reason I have Magnus Robot Fighter problems.
Yes, those are great painted covers, and Turok is also very good if you enjoy it. For those of you who like Turok, and that's where Gold Key to me is king. But they have some cool little horror titles. Now this next one is originally MLJ, then Archie Comics, and then they made Red Circle Comics, which Red Circle had some horror aspects, and they also had took some of those Golden Age heroes like the Shield, and then they also made some new ones like the Fly and the Jaguar. So those were in the 1960s, trying to compete with the upsurge of heroes in the 60s, and they didn't really do that well. But if you can ever find a Crusaders or the Fly, Jaguar, those are cool finds in the wild. But they had a cool little horror title. It didn't really do well. I think I only have one of these and of this title, and then I have 3 Madhouse comics. But I think the covers are great. This is a Gray Morrow story cover and art. Chilling Adventures Sorcery number 3.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
And it's just
This
you
is
got the skull,
when was this?
snake coming out.
What year is this one?
This is 1973.
Well, this is very reminiscent of the type of covers we see pre-code.
Yeah.
Just from the style.
Yeah, and these
Not
are
what I'm
hard
used
to
to
find
from the
'cause-
Bronx. Not what I'm used to in the Bronx.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I searched for comics everywhere. I never saw one of these. It's only recently that I became aware of this. I saw Gold Key, I saw Charlton, I bumped into a few Crusade. I had like 2 Crusader comics. I had some of the superhero Red Circle, but I never saw the horror one. And so this is just a great cover to me. It's got everything going on: demons, Frankenstein-like creature, skull with snakes. I mean, what's not to love? And I got this from James, DS Comics. He's the one who introduced me to this as even a title. But like, this did not last long. Archie rules. Archie was king sometime in the early 40s and never lost that title.
Yeah.
Here's a 3-run series from that same Red Circle Comics. And this one is Gray Morrow cover again. And it's 1974, Madhouse 95.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see
Wow.
the vampire coming out of the coffin. The trade dress. I love that trade dress.
Doc, I've never heard of this particular series before. Who's the publisher for this?
It's Archie Comics, basically.
This is Archie as well?
Yeah. Yeah, this is
Wow.
their Red Circle. When it's Red Circle, that's their attempt at heroes and some horror.
Okay.
And did not last too long. DC bought up the rights sometime in the 80s, I believe, or was it the 90s when DC did a Red Circle and they did Shield and the Fly and those old MLJ superheroes that are Golden Age characters.
Yep.
And raw and low grade, these are now that with eBay, you could actually get these not too hard compared to searching in old bookstores and flea markets.
Just to let everybody know right now, I think I've got everybody caught up as I'm going through and double checking the list so far. Remember, every $25 donated, like at the link above, during this show is going to get you a name on the Wheel of Slabs for one of our amazing slabs, including First Black Panther. Right now we have 73 entries. That includes like each person's individual entry counted multiple times for your 25. So that means we're just under $1,900 so far raised for Ace right now. So keep it up, guys. If you want your chance at one of those books, we'll be pulling at the end. Make sure you get those donations in.
Yeah, and
Very
just
nice.
to answer Coco Love Chevy, can we donate $25 to get on the wheel now? Yes. The portal to the OnlySlabs portion of the game is now open. So yeah, Coco, my man, go right ahead and make whatever donation that you're comfortable with. Again, $25 minimum, get you on to the wheel for First T'Challa amongst a bunch of other great books. Doc, what do you got for us next?
So this is number 2 in that series, number 96, but it's number 2, Madhouse. A little lower grade, 8.0, but again, just like Rob mentioned, it's hard to find these in any grade. And, you got the purple demon, the lady has a very well placed hair, I suppose, or misplaced hair, depending on your perspective.
It kind of reminds me of Princess Leia in
It has a Jabba the Hutt vibe to it. Yep.
Yep.
Demon Kiss. I think she summoned the dude though, unlike Princess Leia, who was an unwilling participant.
Yeah.
But,
I think Mad Spidey's absolutely correct. 8.0, a little bit of a lower grade. Yeah, okay.
Yes,
Doc.
yes,
Like somehow we're judging you on your grade quality.
The next one is my favorite. I'd never even heard of this title, and I was just scanning an auction site, and I saw this, and I was like, what the hell is that? And it's just, I love this cover. Gray Morrow again. It's the last one, Madhouse number 97, and this is from the collection of Barry Grossman. And just a cool vampire cover.
Oh, that is awesome.
The Vampire Hunter.
Wow.
And
Doc, who's listed as the cover artist for this one?
Gray Morrow.
Gray Morrow.
Yep.
That is awesome.
And there's, I think there's like, in each of these, if you look up the CGC number of graded copies, there's like 5 maybe. And I think this is the lowest graded copy. So whoever bothered to get them graded typically chooses a pretty high grade copy.
All right, Doc. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about this particular issue. Now, this is the third Madhouse you've shown us.
Yeah.
This one I kind of think is my favorite, just because of the action that's going on the forefront with what appears to be the main character. How did you accumulate this particular issue? Was this through an auction?
I just saw, as I said, I was scanning and I saw it on an auction and I got it for nothing. And I was like, this is such a cool cover. How can this possibly be so cheap? I think it was maybe $80. I'm not sure.
I didn't realize that Archie put out this high quality horror type comic book. That is incredible.
I've been tempted to just go on eBay and buy. I was following, like, someone had 3 raw books of this for $100, and for some reason I didn't pull the trigger. I should, just because I have no idea if there's the quality inside matches the quality outside. I've never read any of these. I've acquired these purely when I saw them, and I just, I judge a book by its cover, and I like this cover. So, yeah, and this is 1975.
Very good.
Nice.
At this point, I'm going to remind everyone, please make sure that you hit that thumbs up button. It will really help this live stream. Again, everyone, please share this live stream out across all your social media platforms, not just Instagram, but Twitter and Facebook and everything else that you use in your personal life. Let's get this in front of as many people as possible. Doc will be showing some premier horror type comic books. Not only that, again, we're looking for $25 a donation to Comics Curing Cancer. That will end up directly with the American Cancer Society. Every penny goes directly to that wonderful charity, and you will have your opportunity to get one of 5 incredible slabs that will be put on the prize wheel a little bit later on. Doc, what do you got next for us?
Well, just to take note, Sleepy Reader, who knows his comics very well, great guy, he just told me that the Gray Morrow does a lot of the interiors, and it's really good interiors.
Oh.
So you probably tipped me over to just, I like to try to find these in the wild, really, but especially when I just want to get something for a reader copy, but I might just do the eBay thing. I don't know. Got a Comic-Con coming up. Maybe I'll search around. All right. So now we're getting into Charlton. Just a little history on Charlton. The ugly stepchild of the comic industry from the 1960s on.
They did give us Peacemaker.
Yes. It was a publishing company started by 2 crooks, basically, in 1935, mostly magazines. They started to do comics in 1946 with Yellow Jacket and some romance and horror titles. And they are interesting because they were located in Connecticut, and they everything was done on site. They produced the comics, they printed them, and they distributed them from one location, a 2-story building in Connecticut. And they were cheap with their employees. They paid anywhere from half to a third of what normal, like Marvel or DC or anybody else paid. And but the owners didn't care about comics as long as you didn't get caught up with the Comic Code Authority. It led to a bit of a renaissance in the 70s where these guys had a lot of freedom to do stuff as long as it was within, Comic Code Authority bounds. And so the creativity was allowed because they didn't really edit or care about what was going on. They kept the printed. Back then, you didn't want to shut down the printing process. That cost more than just running it 24/7. And they really wanted magazines is where they made their money. Comics was not cared. They didn't care about the comic part of it, purportedly. Now, the people who wrote the comics and did it, these creators probably cared, but the people who ran the company didn't so much. And they had things like Hit Parader was one of the magazines they made, which was one of their big selling tickets. Interesting side note, they did Hustler for about a year. And then Larry Flint and them came into a disagreement. So that left their production, but they and they use low paper quality, like newspaper paper quality, low ink, a lot of errors, and so the quality of the comic part of why it's hard to get a really high grade is the paper quality, as Mohammed mentioned, is not the best. And I remember even thinking that as a kid, it's like there was something different about Charlton books, but the horror comic, they huge into the romance comics. One of my earliest memories of buying comics is going to Rexall Drugs, and I remember seeing a section on horror. I mean, on romance, and thinking, who would ever buy that crap? 6 years old or whatever. And but they disappeared in this when Charlton stopped making original content. They sort of went off. War, cowboys, romance, and horror. So the horror is what I'm going to focus on. They did do that reboot that you mentioned. They tried to do original heroes. Dick Giorgiano and Steve Ditko became a part of them. And Dick Giorgiano wanted to make some superheroes, so they made Peacemaker, Judo Master. Help me out here. Blue Beetle. They took,
Blue Beetle. I'll be honest.
They got Blue Beetle from Fox Featured Syndicate and some other stuff. So they grabbed some, and they were good about grabbing some contemporary titles like $6 Million Man, Space 1999. So they would get rights to shows that were going on. And just sorry, I don't want to babble too much, but in the 1970s, really good talent came in and started there. John Byrne, Bob Layton, Mike Zeck all started in the 70s at Charlton, and but Ditko's probably the OG guy there, and he would freelance between, and he was more known for the horror, and he would freelance between them and Atlas, and was part of them for years, even after his parting of the ways from Marvel. But anyway, enough yap. And here's the only pre-code horror one I have, and this is a Ditko cover, The Thing.
Yeah! Yeah!
1954, and I like Ditko's pre-code horror covers.
So yeah, this predates John Carpenter, Ben Grimm. this is the thing that is fantastic. And
he had a great electric chair cover I used to have that was awesome too. And The Thing was his big one, but Lawbreakers is the other title that they had. That's so pre-code horror enthusiasts. The Thing title and the Lawbreakers and the Haunted. This comic book is Haunted. Those are the titles. But yeah, so this is awesome, Ditko. I love Ditko. I love Ditko Spider-Man. What he's done for the industry is amazing, but I'm not a huge fan of Charlton Ditko later.
Okay.
Show 1. This is Dan Rosa collection. It's cool, but there's the Ditko covers. Even as a kid, I remember this. They didn't grab me like the other cover artists of Charlton.
This is like Johnny Quest.
Yeah. It's sort of more cartoony.
Yes.
I mean, they have such good painted covers. This is very colorful, and the horror part is a little, I don't know. I am a fan of Ditko, but not a huge fan of his Bronze Age titles. So that's the only one you're going to see from me.
I was thinking that, it kind of really feels with the Hanna-Barbera flavor to it. And
yes,
Richard from Team Ohana just said, reminds me of Scooby-Doo. Yeah, that's
yeah.
And I'm seeing that kind of with a few people dropping some comments about that. But again, early Ditko, with that thing, that was just incredible.
Right. So from henceforth, you're going to hear this guy's name a lot, and that's Tom Sutton. Tom Sutton did the best covers, along with Sanho Kim. I think it's that, and Don Newton were the really good cover artists for the horror titles. And here we got 1970. So the Bronze Age really for them started 1971 to 1976 for Charlton. After 1976, they stopped making original content really, and they just started reprinting stuff, and they went out of business in 1985, Charlton. But here's a pretty sweet one: The Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves.
Oh my!
Now that is a great attention to detail with the background there.
This is a Tom Sutton. I love the trade dress. I mean, the trade dress is the juxtaposition of that trade dress with the pink and reddish. The guy's about to get executed. It looks like almost an Indian vibe to me. And she looks like a Kali or something. I'm not
very
sure.
Intense. It's a very intense cover. Wow.
Yeah. So if that kind of cover's got to grab you as a kid. And I remember reading a number of the comics when I was a kid, and I actually enjoyed the stories too. I mean, Joe Gill wrote most of the stories, but they hit me. I mean, I can clearly remember one where the lady picked up a hitchhiker, and this dude ended up being a vampire, and she was sort of ready. She actually stabbed him with a knife, and it didn't do nothing. He just looked at her and laughed, and then she crashed. It was rainy, and the signpost went through his heart and killed him. But he's a vampire, so that got him. And I remember thinking, "Holy crap!" I don't remember what comic that was in. If anybody knows that story, what comic it was, to tell me, because I just remember reading it being a Charlton book. And
Doc, I see that this has a 20 cent price point on it. Is this early 70s as well then? Is this like 73?
73, that's correct.
Okay.
Collection of Don Rosa again.
Yeah, fantastic book.
Yeah, so here's a 1975 one. It's Tom Sutton again. Anybody like werewolves?
Ow! And boom goes the dynamite.
You know, last time you were on here showed werewolf books. It cost me money.
Yeah, Tom Sutton does some great werewolves. This isn't even his best one, I think. But look at the detail. And this is Dr. Graves here. So like the Crypt Keeper, someone sort of, or the House of Mystery, you have the guys sort of setting up the story. Dr. Graves was like an inspector of the occult, and a lot of the titles had different people who would be that person talking about what the story was about to happen and ensue, like very much like EC did for a long time.
That is fantastic.
Yeah,
great book, Doc.
And they did a lot of the jewelry in the back. That's a common one you'll see on
Doc, I'm just going to answer this question from under the cowl of MS. Do we send a donation copy to Rob or send to Rob's Instagram? You don't need to do that. Rob is receiving all receipts directly to his email, and he's verifying it and then uploading everyone's name or their YouTube handles directly onto the prize wheel. So under the cowl,
I don't see the YouTube handles right now. What I get in the emails are names. So people's names are what's going on the wheel. But I am trying to validate as much as possible against what's also on the website. Doing so, I found a couple names where emails didn't go through that I did get. But and then the emails come through a little bit later because sometimes there's a little delay, but it's all there and we're getting it chugged away. Thank you very much.
He will accept donations of any horror comics with werewolves or.
Well, last time was you brought on the werewolf Nazis from space or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So
that book's ridiculous. That's the danger of searching around just on eBay randomly because I didn't know that book.
I found the author was selling the complete set of the series all signed, and so I for like $40 or something. So I was like, "Oh, okay, nice. Great!" Picked up the complete run.
That's great. That's great.
Oh, like, God damn you, Doc.
Yeah, it's you could abuse all the people who've introduced me to crap over the years. It's their fault.
I told you, this show has cost me more money than
yeah, self-inflicted. Yep. Now the next one is to me he's also one of the top three of the artists, and it's Don Newton. Don Newton did some nice painted covers, and this is Monster Hunters #1.
Ooh.
It's a painted cover, and Monster Hunters was more monsters, but so he's the guy here. Looks like the Aussie, remember the guy, the Australian guy. He's like the monster version of him, going and catching monsters. And but what a great sea monster cover! I mean,
that is a great perspective to show the enormity of the monster versus the little man that's just right there.
Right.
Awesome.
And this was on my comic shop for like $100 or so. I can't even remember. It was like 9.8. So, you could say DC horror is king for bronze, but for budget and for good pricing, Charlton is pretty awesome. Here's another Don Newton and Mike Zeck both did the cover. So Monster Hunters number 4.
Very good.
Sort of underwater monster with a damsel in distress.
Nice.
That's
This is 1976. So
that's a nice bracelet she appears to be wearing there, Doc. I'm just pointing that out there for everyone to enjoy. Nice piece of fashion.
oh yeah, there's some you can appreciate that. Yep. This next one, so if anybody loves Charlton, there's a guy RH Midwest Comics. He did a very nice one on what he considered his favorite Charlton horror covers, and he put this as number 2 for Sutton. I'm not sure, but I think it's a great cover. I love it, and this is Scary Tales number 2.
Oh,
and this, so we had Baron, Dr. Graves. We had Baron Werewolf. Now this is Countess von Blood. She's a vampire, and she's the hostess. Her and the other one who hosts is Minnie the Witch. I think it's Minnie the Witch, or Winnie the Witch, I think. And I remember thinking they were pretty cute when I was,
because Minnie was a moocher.
Yeah, Minnie the Moocher, Winnie the Witch. And this guy's having a shootout with a guy who has, looks like he's already dead. But you got the
shout out to all Cab Calloway fans out there, by the way.
Minnie the Moocher. CBCS. Try not to hold it against it, but I think there's some 9.4s, 9.6s of this, but there's no 9.4s.
That's a great Western horror cover. I like the skull in the background. That is
2 bullet holes in the skull.
Yeah.
It's just, so what's not to love? Sutton. Tom Sutton. I think I might have shown this on your show a long time ago, so people probably forgotten. It's Scary Tales number 3, and it features Countess von Blood.
Oof.
And it's, she's sitting there on her with a cat. See, check out the cat. I love that cat.
Oh yeah, there's a cat.
Yeah.
To answer Tate's excellent question.
There. Okay.
Doc's IG handle is ManCaveComics.
It's ManCaveComic 1,
One.
actually. It's sort of annoying. ManCaveComic without an S, but 1.
There we go.
He's only got 1 book posted.
Yep. And this was another one of those. I saw it on an auction. It was like $100. I was like, what a great cover. This guy's in the background walking through the catacombs of the castle.
Oh.
He's taking note of it. And this came in damaged. That corner got cracked, but I feel like it's so appropriate. Like that cracked corner is exactly
it's kind of spiderwebby.
Yeah, it has a spiderweb feel to it. I will never get that fixed. I couldn't have planned a crack better than that.
That's an impact on the flat part crack in order to make that spiderweb crack, because the edge cracks will splinter, and that's something that impacted right on top of it. Wow.
Right. So it came from Comic League like that. And you know what? I said, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna leave it. I like it like that. And
love it.
Now this is one of my favorite negative space covers. Scary Tales 13.
Oh,
Werewolf.
That almost looks like a 80s type of VHS cover that you would see at the video store. Yeah, I like it. Who's the cover artist for this, Doc?
This is Sutton as well.
Oh wow. Okay.
Tom Sutton, man. He's a, DC had such a large number of amazing guys. You got Bernie Wrightson.
Yep.
Dominguez, Nick Cardy, Neil Adams, Sparling. And this guy, single-handedly was just amazing to me. And he had Don Newman, or Newton, and another guy, San Ho Kim. I'll show you. He has some really nice covers too.
Awesome. Let's do another one and then let's pause for just a moment.
Yeah.
For a moment there. How's that?
Perfect. So this last one is Sutton again. Creepy Things #1.
Oh,
and that
it's the freaking
I
hypno
remember
toad.
that it was a story where I can't remember the lady or the kid was lured into the well, and this is the dude he met, and that was the end of the comic. And that story hit me pretty good when I was pretty young. I was like, holy shit.
Right. It didn't have a happy ending. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't show the gore, they didn't show the kid getting torn apart type of thing. They just showed the kid coming in, and there's this dude waiting for him. It's like not good.
That's Spidey saying it's an Aussie cane toad.
Yeah, in Australia, they're used to that. Everybody wanders around and bumps into some dangerous beast at every moment.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you so far, Doc. That's awesome. So here's, sorry, Chris. Here's what I want to do real quick, just because I want to make sure that everybody knows who I've got. And if for some reason I don't say your name, then and only then should you contact me to try to, so we can with your copy or donation, so that we can try to get this updated. So I have so far Hoarder's Hide, Julian Vincent, Simon Morgan, and I'm sorry I'm going to be saying real names: Damon Kilby, Richard Travask, John Jameson, Freaky Louie, Bryant Wilson, Julian Vincent, Tony Gross, Ronnie Johnston, Leah Best. I don't know. I'm going to suck at names. Basikas, Chris Bell, Papa Wheelie, Alexander Dixon, Comic Avalon. Let's see, Roscoe, Stephen C, Paul Rogers, Justin Goodrich, Taylor Winder, Christina Payne, John Shaw, Antonio Chavez Jr., James Willie, Zulhabibi Patel, Tate, Wania, Kevin Atwood, Charles Hensey, John Whitley, Zuli Habibi. I got all three of your donations. Stephen Azacona, Jorge Diaz, Izzyverse, Kevin Kleinhans, Dale, Suspense, Comic Vet, Shop for Comics, DVH, Juan Batista, James Woods, and then just came in, I see Kenneth McKenna, which I need to add to the wheel here. So those are who I have thus far on the wheel. Hopefully I am not missing anybody. If I am, again, like I said, please ping me. We'll do double check on all that stuff. In the interim, what are we doing? What am I talking about with all that? In case you missed it, we're raising money today for the American Cancer Society, Comics Curing Cancer. 100% of these donations are going directly to the ACS, and we are giving you, for every $25 you donate during this show, you get a slot on the Wheel of Slabs. We're close to $3,000 right now raised so thus far. We're giving away these slabs on the wheel. Now I'm going to show them in the reverse order, which will be given away. First up was going to be that 9.6 graded Eternals #1. We're going to be giving away this 9.4 Black Lightning, first appearance of Black Lightning, first African-American hero in an ongoing series of DC Comics. We're going to be giving away first Black Widow in Tales of Suspense. We're going to be giving away first Black Cat, signed by Marv Wolfman. And we're going to be giving away first Black Panther in Fantastic Four 52. $25, as little as that, gets you on the name. For every $25 you donate, you put $100 in, that's 4 entries on the wheel. For $200, that's 8. That's how it's been going today. So go ahead and keep on donating throughout the show. It's going to be fabulous. I can't wait to see who gets these books. And of course, that includes shipping. You don't have to pay shipping either on it. So there you go. I still do want to just quickly acknowledge the channel members, because it is a channel member benefit that you'll get recognized every single live stream. And this is still a channel live stream. So shout out to all the henchmen who support and actually help with Comic Screen Cancer. These memberships throughout the year, all those proceeds are collected and they're set aside, they're sequestered, they're tracked within our Comic Screen Cancer group that runs the organization, so with full visibility. And this is actually the funds that we use to pay for the shipping on all these items to go out to you guys, which is expensive. This year, I'm sure with all the international stuff that's going on, going to set new records for us on what we spend on shipping, as well as covering packaging, supplies, everything else, with any leftover amount going into the pool at the end of the year. So here we go. And then, of course, there's our Goon Squad giving us up also at the other level. Dale Suspense, DJ Links, Dr. Von Hoot, Legion of Comics, Stephen C., Justin Birch, Letters, The Comic Vet, Austin LeMay, Mad Spidey, Collecting with Durs, Chuck Hensey, Lone Eagle, Comboverse, Deadman, Anachronic Comics, Colossus Collector, Timo Hanna, still only 35 cents, Cliff on Comics, Bearded Comic Bro, Never Could Figure It Out, Daymares, The Adventurous Joe, Valenrook, Jay Knows the Way, Ronnie Johnson, Comics on the Edge, Omnibo, Silver Eagles, Sal's Comics Corner, and the Kingdom of Nerds. Thank you guys all so much for all of that support and helping us keep it going. You do know what happens after this show, Chris?
What's that?
The comic book art auction. That's
Boom.
right. It's going to be happening on this channel to 5 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be doing the comic art auction, a bunch of amazing comic art we have lined up, from sketch covers to prints to original pages to original works of art. It is just crazy, the stuff that we have here. So much beautiful art to be going through and selling, including we got yesterday a very generously donated original sketch from Alex Ross.
Yeah,
which is wow. And we have a fabulous jam piece donated by Scott's Collectibles, featuring, I think it's like at least 9 different artists on 11 by 17. Just amazing stuff that we're going to have. So make sure you guys, if you were supposed to be somewhere this evening, call up whoever it was and tell them, sorry, you're sick, you got diarrhea, something, an excuse that no one's going to question. Nobody questions you if you say you've got the runs. And clear your table and just be here tonight with us for the comic book art auction. All right. Having said all that, I'm going to get back to making sure I update this wheel with names. We're going to pull Doc back here to the position of power. And Doc, hit us some more with those fabulous slabs, if you don't mind.
Sure. So this is a little more colorful Sutton cover. And I got this from some people on Instagram. Ghostly Haunts.
That is creepy as hell, Doc. Wow.
Look at that lizard henchman next to him. I like that.
That is intense, man.
And this is blanking on her name. I think it's Wilma the Witch. Someone correct me, man. She wears sunglasses. She's like the cool hostess on the corner here.
Yeah,
that one over here. She's
like
Winnie the Witch, I believe, but I'm blanking on that for some reason. And this is just colorful and crazy. 1974. What's not to like about it? Now, Tom Sutton did some good spider stuff too.
Oh,
this is another Ghostly Haunts. And that looks like either the spider got this dude or is possessing him. I don't know. And you got skeletons.
The Doc, the flavor kind of reminds me of Bernie Wrightson and his Frankenstein stuff. Obviously, it's not, but
Right.
my goodness, that the attention to detail is excellent with that cover.
And what I like is, for some reason, Tom, this is the only comic he did it. He signed it as Grizzly.
And
so
Mike
he would sometimes write TS. He'd write T Sutton or Tom. He changed his signature a bunch, but he signed this one Grizzly. And that thing, whatever that was, obviously met its end too. It's pretty, sort of like It. Maybe it reminds me of It. Maybe the Deadlights.
Yes, yeah.
All right, finally, a Sanho Kim. Underappreciated, not as prolific as Tom Sutton, but really, really good stuff. And this is Ghostly Haunts 41 from 1974. And
oh my goodness.
Great Scott!
Sanho Kim.
That is horrific.
You got the bondage. You got the rats on the old rusted pipe, the manhole cover.
That is intense. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's like Chud.
Yeah, Chud. Cannibalistic humanoid underground.
These could be
dwellers.
some of the best darn Bronze Age covers in the world. Thanks a lot, Doc.
That is
Like I needed another rabbit hole. Like I needed a hole in my head.
It's my pleasure. You need rabbit holes? I will give you rabbit holes.
Yeah, it does look like Wrightson a little bit. Yeah.
Rich Larson cover and art. I'm not as familiar with him, honestly, but I saw this and I love it. I enjoyed the cover. This reminds me of sort of a Dungeons and Dragons. You know, you find the jewel, you find all the wealth, and the next thing you know, the zombies waking up and not pleased. You know.
You know, you take that mummy's face out and you put in Eddie from Iron Maiden, and you got yourself an Iron Maiden cover right there. That is
you got Eddie, awesome.
Yeah. I love it. Wow. I had no idea Charlton was making covers like this.
It's underappreciated. Now, this is a full Mike Zeck cover. Full Mike Zeck, 1976. Ghostly Tales 124.
Nice. Very early Zach.
Yeah. Purple cover, pentagram. He summoned the demon, but didn't do something right, I think, you know.
You can't leave that pentagram. You gotta
yeah, you have to make sure that thing is tight.
You must lock the portal behind you.
Yeah. And I can't remember this host's name. If anybody remember that host's name, let me know. I do not remember.
No breaks in that.
I think it's like El Dead or something weird like that.
El Dead. It's not Batman. Well,
it was a Monday morning they came up with that character's name.
Stretch Armstrong. Who remembers Stretch Armstrong?
Oh yeah,
you stretched the furthest.
I just saw some video where somebody was like filling one with water.
The question is, if anybody owns Stretch Armstrong like I did, the question is, how long did it take you to like cut the dude open and find out what was inside the red goop? It was sort of a red gelatin.
I played with one, but I never owned one. To me, the key toy of that era was still the Evel Knievel stunt cycle.
Oh yeah, but someone brought one to school once, and we just destroyed that thing.
As one should. Right.
Stretch Armstrong had like two other characters as well that were
later on. Yeah. You need to take a Stretch Armstrong to a chemistry class and dunk it in like liquid helium or something.
Yeah. And here's the closest.
What's wrong with you?
Then you drop him and see if how well he stretches. Then as he shatters into 100 pieces.
That would be fun. If we had liquid nitrogen, that would have been a good idea. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we had usual like just pull them till the end of Young's modulus failed or whatever it is. Oh, I have that raw Jackson Roy Kurt. It's like it looks like a cat lady lying on the. Yeah, it's a nice one. I don't have a slab copy of that, and this is only slabs. This one is the closest I'll get to a romance cover, and it's
Horrific
Tom Sutton,
romance.
and it's Haunted Love #1. Now, this used to be tied for the highest graded copy, but someone found a 9.8 out there, so there's now 198. This is from Don Rosa's collection again. You're shivering, my dear. Relax. You'll belong to me forevermore. I hate him, but I can't refuse his kisses.
Just shiver with anticipation.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. This is 1973. But it was sort of a horror romance. And there were a few other. DC had a bunch of these. Haunted Mansion, Forbidden Mansion of Love, and those things. I have a few of those. They're fun covers. I have no idea. The stories are probably whack. But
Well, it's that last character, Sledge 75th, is saying that guy was Mr. I Am Dead.
I Am Dead. Okay, that makes more sense. There's another guy I don't have a copy of. It's like his name is Mortimer. I'm forgetting. It's a pun, but I can't. All right, Rob, another werewolf cover. I apologize up front. Tom Sutton again. Haunted #26, 1976.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got the moon. You got a little bit of a headlights. You got the graveyard.
Yeah, you get some headlights, yeah.
It's barren werewolves.
very nice.
Very nice, very nice. Another haunted. This is 27.
Wow.
Sort of a Frankenstein's monster getting free theme there, I guess.
Now, what year is this particular
This
issue?
one's 1976.
1976, and a 9.8 with that Charlton quality. I
Yeah,
am
with Charlton
impressed.
quality is the key. You'll,
I am impressed, Doc.
All right, getting close to the end. Actually, getting close. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more.
Okay.
More Sutton, Demon. There's a demon theme here. He almost looks very similar to the Mike Zeck demon, really. Though this one predates the Mike Zeck a little bit. When in doubt, draw a demon and someone in a pentagram or a lady running away.
That was the moneymaker.
And just all painted covers. And there's other great covers that I'm not showing it because I don't have them, but there are some. There's some great stuff.
Oops.
This is my favorite Sanho Kim.
He's asking what created the tier vintage or whatever would depend on what year it was. So if
Yeah.
it was pre-75 or post-75.
So Sanho Kim, this sort of reminds me of Dungeons and Dragons covers from the early 70s, like from the Judges Guild, if anybody's familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, but black cover, just got the demon here, tentacles, a weird monster with sharp teeth, a
Yeah,
red moon.
That's very much a D&D style.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yes, I totally agree.
And this is Mr. Bones. He's the host, Mr. Bones.
Yeah, that is intense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight out of the
Hard to
Monster
get-
Man. Very
Hard
true.
to get in the high grade. As I said, 1974. This is RH Midwest, and I 100% agree. This is the best Tom Sutton cover from 1975, Ghost Manor 23. He actually owns a 9.4 of it. There's 196, and it's just a crazy cover. Ghost Manor number 23. Got this old guy with this evil teddy bear with claws, one eye sewed shut, claws on his feet. You can see his bones or his pants.
That is awesome. That might be my favorite cover that you've shown.
It's a great cover. It's
all right. I'm getting sucked into this vortex that Rob always talks about. What's this issue number, Doc? Ghost Manor what?
Ghost Manor 23.
23. I gotta write that down.
Yeah.
Right.
And just a great, great cover.
Ghost Manor 23. Now, Doc, before you put that down, because I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
How did you come across this one? This wasn't obviously an eBay purchase, was it?
I had a raw copy, still do.
Okay.
I was beat up. I loved it, and I said I got to find a graded copy. I found an 8.0, and then someone was put this on Instagram, so I upgraded to the 9.2. And a friend of mine, Chanko, who loves this kind of stuff, I sent him the 8.0.
Very nice.
Yeah,
AR, thank you for joining us. But yeah, Mike is saying internet traffic has seen a massive eBay spike on Charlton Bronze.
Yeah, could be. You won't find them already graded, but there's probably raw ones out there that no one bothered to grade that probably are in good shape. That's what I figure for.
Yes, remember, keep responsibly, everyone.
Now, the last comic's a little sad. It's from 1985, the year they went out of business. And it's one of their longest standing titles, The Tales of the Mysterious Traveler. It's the last issue. It's an Alex Nino cover. Just cool, though. It's nice. This was the last issue. The company went under, and then sometime in the 90s, the whole place was torn down and made into a shopping mall. But I like this cover. It has some appeal.
So this is the last published Charlton comic book?
It's the last one of this title, but
this issue is the last.
Yeah, it's the last issue, and they went out of business. So there were probably a number of other war titles and things that also had a last issue around the same time. But
so just by looking at the right side of the blue label, obviously there's not a lot of words there. But Doc, would you mind reading us the right side of the blue label then?
The right side just says last issue. Okay. Steve Ditko art, Alex Nino cover. So Steve Ditko, they might have been just reproducing stuff they already had. So whether Steve Ditko might not have actually been participating in any of this at this point.
Yeah.
But and at this point, they were hard and fast that they were going to produce everything on site and distribute it on site and use their old paper. And in the 1980s is when a lot of independents started becoming very popular. So, they sort of were the independent for a long time in the 70s, but once the 80s came, you got First Comics, Eclipse, Dark Horse, whatever. Just a bunch of stuff started coming out, and they just couldn't keep it going.
Wow. What's the back cover? Okay, just a bunch of tchotchkes that you can buy. Yeah.
Yep. So there's a little voyage into Charlton Bronze. I hope you guys can appreciate it.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
I've just been going through. I love this. Like, I'm getting the emails on this, but I have backups that come through another thing. So I was going through the backups and, okay, here's one person. And so I've lined it up and got everybody on here. So right now, let's see, this is 119 entries times 25.
So while Rob is doing this, everyone, I'm going to remind you, we have 82 people watching right now. Please hit that like button. Again, share this live stream out the best that you can across your social media platforms. I did notice that someone mentioned earlier that we were above 90. We only had 60 likes. Let's try and get that a little bit higher, everyone. And
if you don't hit the like button, then that means you like cancer. I don't know, I will get a medical opinion. Doc, how do you feel about that? Am I accurate in that saying?
I would say, yeah, you're.
See,
you're
there you go. One out of one doctor on the panel.
You're one of those guys like you want the human race to disappear. Good for cancer. Yeah.
Exactly. It's logic. Exactly. Jay knows the way. Logic, 100%. 1 out of 1 surveyed doctor agrees with us.
Thank you for joining us, Cat Fan.
Oh, great googly moogly. All right.
4 out of 5 dead to disagree.
Charleston Charlton cigarettes just taste better. What does the doctor have to do with that? All right, so let's talk about these books again real quick here, as we'll give everybody time. We may not be going to full 2 hours. We originally scheduled it, and that's fine. Originally, when I scheduled 2 hours, I was thinking our old format, and that was took a lot of time. So you can get yourself in here for the Wheel of Slabs. We're just shy of having raised $3,000. Matter of fact, one more name gets entered on the wheel, that will put us over $3,000, which is phenomenal. So pin that link. That link is pinned. Click on it. Donate. For every $25 you donate, your name goes. You get a slot on the wheel. We'll be pulling in a moment. Your chance to get either a Fantastic Four 52 first appearance of Black Panther in a 5.0 CGC. Chris, you want to venture to guess what this book would typically run?
Well, as someone that was shopping for that book just a handful of months ago, I would safe to presume that is well over a $400 book that's in your hand.
It's about a $500 book. Yeah,
$500 book that we're giving away for potentially $25.
Exactly. First appearance of Black Cat with Marv Wolfman's signature. Beautiful book. About $175 to $200 book. That's a direct edition too, which at that time, this is 1979. At that time, was slightly less direct editions than newsstands.
Rob, if I could just grab your attention, Richard has said that he bought another slot, so we now have broken through that $3,000 ceiling.
Here we go. First,
so did Mad Spidey.
Black Widow. Also, not to be often overshadowed in here, the death of Crimson Dynamo 1 and the first appearance of Crimson Dynamo 2 appear in this book. Crazy, I know. It's kind of like, that Brave and the Bold, where everybody talks about the Justice League. Everyone forgets about poor Snapper Carr.
He was a big part of it up until the 70s, right?
Black Lightning #1. First ongoing series featuring an African-American hero in DC Comics. It took them until 1977 to give an African-American a spot there in their own ongoing title, but they got there. And then that Eternals #1, Jack Kirby goodness, in a 9.6. Phenomenal grade on that book. So there we go. That's what we're going to be raffling in a moment. Chris, you can take me off the big screen for a second. I'm going to update based on most recent entries. I got several here to enter. So yeah, why don't you talk about what else we got coming up on Comics Curing Cancer, if you don't mind?
Absolutely. So again, right now we are in the middle of it. I want to shout out Christina Payne and Legion of Comics who went on before us with that heart campaign. Again, a bunch of wooden hearts where we had a large collection of members of the comic book community and professional artists spend their time and create some wonderful pieces of art. Up next at the 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time hour here on the Rob's Fat Stacks Comics YouTube channel, we will be going live with the art auction. Now, this art auction is going to feature nothing but original artwork, both published and original pieces. I know there's a Superman piece that was in here. Again, We have an Alex Ross piece of original artwork that's going to be going up. And a little bit later on tonight at 10 p.m. through midnight, Hall Yeah Comics will be going live as well. And then tomorrow, but later on tonight, Comics Curing Cancer again goes international as Omnibo will be hosting Aussieverse from 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time all the way through to 6 a.m. And then a little bit later, Cliff on Comics, our good friend Cliff, again, a friend of the show, will be going live at 9 a.m. I believe he's also having John from John's Comics with Friends. And Bizzle, the man, the myth, the legend himself, will be joining Cliff as they go live for a few hours. And then the good Canadian Reverend himself, as Comics Curing Cancer goes international one more time. Church with Bleecker will be going live at Bleecker Street Comics, that wonderful YouTube channel, from 11 a.m. all the way to 1. And then tomorrow at 1 p.m. through 7 p.m. is the big one. It is hosted here on the Rob's Fat Stack So Comics YouTube channel, the comic and collectibles auction. So all those incredible books that Rob has been spotlighting over the last month on Instagram, as well as the Comics Curing Cancer Instagram channel, and both DJ and Mark as well, and members of the comic book community. All those wonderful pieces will be there for the last part of the Comics Curing Cancer weekend campaign. Don't miss it. I am looking forward to that one myself. There is a certain slab that a good doctor donated that I am interested in. I'm no longer going to say anything else about it because I don't want anyone to shill bid that if I get my opportunity to try and get that book, as a big fan of this character that the doctor donated. But yeah, that is what is happening for the rest of this weekend. But also, everyone, you can still pick up that C3 art book for 2025. It is limited to just 300 copies, as well as picking up a copy of The Crow, Dead Time Sumerian, issue number 1, with the cover art by Ace Continuato, and it is also limited to just 300 copies. Rob?
Excellent. So I'm going to stretch this out just a little bit more because I'd like to get another couple of minutes here, get people those last chances to get their names on here. But I do want to give us really big special shout out once again. So there's a company who's been several companies who stepped up and been really supportive of us and capturing on. And so one of those is a local company to me. Matter of fact, one of the board members, one of the founding 3, is just down the road from me and comes over regularly to talk about different things. And that is Comic Capsule. Comic Capsule has donated a ton of comic capsules to us. Again, this year they dropped like 90 comic capsules for us for all of our sketch covers and stuff to go. But they brought and dropped off for me, and we're going to be certain books today. The person who gets their Fantastic Four 52 is going to get one of these included with theirs. And this is a new product that is just launching from Comic Capsule called Slab Screen. You know what this is? People have asked me quite frequently, you display these books. Aren't you afraid about UV? Well, I personally am not, because I don't actually have any direct UV on my any windows that shine on it, and all my lighting is LED that doesn't emit UV. But this is essentially like a protector you put on your screen of your phone that you can put on your slab, and it's a layer of UV coating that can go over your slabs. And so they make them in both a CGC size and a CBCS size. So these are going to be, we have a couple of these that we're going to be giving out throughout, mostly on the comics, during the comics auction on Sunday. But because whoever wins that new Fantastic Four 52 is going to want to put it up on their wall to show it off. I know they will, even if it's Chris. So we're going to give, so we're going to give them one of these UV protectors as well from Comic Capsule. Thank you so much to them for helping us out and donating and giving us some of these samples to include out with some of this stuff for folks. And we appreciate all the comic slabs that they've comic capsules they've donated over the time. Also, huge shout out to Big Time Collectibles. Big Time Collectibles has been such a massive supporter of comics curing cancer over the years. Not only have they been generous in donating for us our, the Crow, half the print run they donated to us last year, the Sonic the Hedgehog exclusive, providing us with that exclusive comic book that we can have for us, covering 100% of the costs and just donating stuff to us. But also, they've also donated box loads of slabs. I just got in the other day. We unboxed on the video a full case of 25 9.8 graded comics. Ton of beautiful. Some of them signed, some of them with remarks. Just amazing stuff that they've donated again to the cause. So big shout out to them. Scott's Collectibles. They facilitate signatures and stuff at the conventions. Working with DJ, got him some fabulous jam pieces that were donated to us that would normally cost hundreds, if not $1,000, to get all these artists together to put onto a thing. They donated that to us. And I can't forget Comic Art Connect. Comic Art Connect is a rep firm as well, who has a lot of incredible artists, including Ivan Tao and Paco Medina and some others, that every year we have done this since I've been a part of Comics Curing Cancer. They have donated original art to us, and not a piece. They have donated multiple pieces every single year to us, original pages, warm-up sketches, just so many amazing things that they've done. That has been fabulous. We thank all those corporations and businesses who have been doing that, as well as the countless artists that we've been able to meet over time. There's too many to even list. And I'll forget if I start naming one. I won't name somebody else because I won't remember them, and therefore I don't want to offend anybody. But all the artists who have been so kind in getting with us over this time and hopped on and make donations year after year of their art and their contributions, showing that cancer does affect everyone. We've all been there. We've all had various battles with cancer, whether personal or through friends and family members, and the way that this community comes together for this event, and not just in America, knowing that, yes, it's the American Cancer Society, but knowing that what they do affects, from a research perspective, affects globally. Just amazing. And I love you guys all for your participation with all that. Thank you guys and all those companies so much. Sorry. Now I got a couple more entries here to put on here real quick.
So while Rob's doing that, I'm going to one more time just run over the schedule, but also please, everyone that's watching, hit that like button. We get 89 people watching. Go ahead.
This is the last call
on
for entries here, because there is a delay. So if your entry is not in, if you've been waiting to make your donation, you better hurry and do it quick, because in about 5 minutes we're going to pull this wheel, and if your name's not on here, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to fill time, Mark. With that being said, please like that. Please like this live stream. Again, we got over 90 people watching. We're at 77 likes. Let's try and even that number up correctly. Again, share this video out. But more importantly, at this point, let's prepare the next portion of the programming, and that is the comic book art auction that will be going live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So at that point, everyone, make sure that you hit the little bell so you get notification that when Rob goes live again and the Trinity comes together and they're preparing the comic book art auction, where again, it's going to be all original artwork, that you are here in prime time, ready to go. You don't want to miss out on your opportunity to at least see that Alex Ross original artwork. Again, printed Superman pages as well. It's something that I'm going to kind of be keeping an eye on. And And who's the guest going to be here for next week? That is a legitimate question that deserves a legitimate answer.
I can tell you that. That question is Comic Collector Geek will be
Comic
on.
Collector Geek. Alan himself will be returning.
I can
Alan
choose
is returning.
to kill time too, Chris.
There you go. Alan is showing up with an all horror theme on November 1st.
Okay. Doc, what are we looking at?
This is World War III, a great nuclear bomb cover.
Hopefully that this actually
1950s.
doesn't come to pass.
Yeah. It's the Capitol building, everybody running in panic.
Doc, my man, what's it say on the right side of the blue label there?
Atomic bomb cover and panels, U.S. Capitol building destruction cover.
Oh my God. What year is this book?
And this is one of those Atom Age books that's hard to get in high grade.
Yeah.
There we go. This is what we like to see. Thank you, John.
Two-Fisted Tales. This is one of those gray tone Russ Heath. Nope, Jack Davis cover, sorry.
Awesome.
Smoking a cigarette. He says, shots from the hill, douse that light. Well, that guy's already getting doused. So gotta love the cigarette.
That's a hardcore cover right there, Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I got here.
It's all right.
Two-Fisted Tales again, a snow cover. Some say us Marines retreated from the
We just
Chinese
advanced in another
reservoir.
direction.
We don't retreat, we just advance in another direction. That's a good one. We don't retreat, we just advance in another direction. I don't remember that.
Phenomenal.
You saying that?
All right.
Here's an interesting one. Submarine Attack. It's a Charlton. And this is from the collection of L.B. Cole. So L.B. Cole owned this book at some point.
Wow.
That's sort of cool.
Oh my.
I have her certificate in the back. The L.B. Cole collection.
Nice.
Wow.
It's a Soviet submarine going out, playing cat and mouse with a U.S. submarine.
So, Doc, before you put that down, what year is that book? Is that then the middle of the Cold War?
1963. This is one of those
All right,
earlier.
So the Cold War is already up and running. Okay. Yeah.
So I can tell you, Roscoe, that the cover page is going to say that we're at 31,500. Before this show started, I had tallied the international PayPal, which is not reflected in that, at just about 4,000, and then we've done more today during this show, so we should be over 35,000 so far on this show. We raised $3,375 for Comics Curing Cancer. So great job, guys!
Wow,
thank you all so much.
Slow down!
No, don't slow down.
No, don't slow down.
Ready, Rob? You want me to keep showing?
Oh, you can show this one, and then that's it. Then we're ready to go. Yeah.
This is from the Catechetical Guild, one of those anti-communist Catholic productions. The Red Iceberg, 1960. I actually got this raw and then had it great.
Doc, what countries we got listed here?
We got East Germany, North Korea, Czechoslovakia, China, Hungary, Poland.
Wow.
A couple of those are actually dead, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always have some message in the back.
all right.
Anyway, yeah.
Fabulous. Oops, I'm sharing the wrong screen. Yeah. Why am I sharing this screen? Stop sharing the screen. All right. Let me bring up the wheel. Wheel of Slabs. There we are. Allow. All right. As I bring this to the screen here now. So here we go. I've got 135 entries on here.
Woo.
A whole slew of names. Lots of people with multiple entries. It's a lot of very small names there. I'm going to start shuffling this thing like crazy. So we're shuffling like nuts. And then we're going to spin. Remember, this first spin is for the Fantastic Four 52, the first
Big Kahuna
appearance
first.
of the Black Panther, so that everybody, even the people who only donated $25, have a chance at that book. Each time I spin the wheel, that entry that wins will come off. So if you only had one entry and you won, you'll come off and you won't have a chance at the others. If, however, you have 10 entries and you win one, then that one comes off and you still have 9 remaining. Okay, fair enough. That's how it's going to work. And I think we've shuffled it enough times. Agreed?
Yeah, you shuffled like nuts, apparently.
There you go. And there we go. Round and round, and where she goes, where she stops. Well, the internet knows.
Why do I have so much anxiety right now?
I know. For this, the Fantastic Four 52 is going to go to Chuck Hensey. Congratulations,
Chuck.
That's not the right book. Hold on. Let me flip it over. This is the book that Chuck won. The Fantastic Four 52. Congratulations.
Wow.
Get my mouse. Where did my mouse go? There it is.
There you go, my man.
There you go.
Nicely
Along
done.
with that slab screen protector, so you can hang it on your wall and you can keep that thing nice and safe and preserve it. Congratulations.
Wow.
To Chuck Hensey. Let me put that. I'm going to, just to make it official, I'm going to grab a Post-it. We'll stick it there. And to not make any indentations, I'm going to use a Sharpie, and we're going to go Chuck Hensey.
That's great. And Chuck has been a guest on this show and is a friend of
There you
everyone.
are.
Congratulations, Chuck.
All right. Next up is going to be this one here. We're going to do the Black Cat. First Black Cat, signed by Marv Wolfman. You got that beautiful custom labeled New York City sky landscape across the whole of the banner there. Let's bring this back to the stage here. We're going to remove just that one instance, and then we are going to shuffle it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more times and spin again. And this one's going to go to
Wheel of Fish.
Stephen C.
Woo! Awesome. Great community member. Congratulations, Stephen C.
There you are. Oops. There you are. Stephen C. This is yours. Congratulations.
Very
First
nice. Very
Black
nice.
Cat. Okay. Now, first Black Widow. This is what we're going to do. Let's bring this up to the stage. We're going to remove just that one. We're going to shuffle it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times and spin the wheel. And a winner of the first appearance of Black Widow, Death of Crimson Dynamo 1, and first appearance of Crimson Dynamo 2. Hoarder's Hide. Congratulations to Hoarder's Hide.
Way to go, Scott.
Bravo. Small amount of cartridge. Maybe you can just get an eraser and like.
You got to find it first. I couldn't find it as hell because I submitted this book.
You actually submitted it and you still. But did you know it was color touch when you sent it?
No, I did not.
So maybe if you break it open and really inspect it with the black light and etc.
Knowing Scott, he'll break it open, just leave it as is.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's got no fun. All right.
He could also find the color touch and be like, Rob, what's the matter with you? It was right there. It was obvious.
All right. First Black Lightning. This is the next book we're going to do. So let's add this back to the stage here.
Love
Remove
that.
that one instance for there. And let's shuffle it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times and spin. Who's going to win this one? The first Black Lightning going to Justin Goodrich.
Congratulations, Justin.
Justin Goodrich.
Great book to
All
have.
right.
Great book.
That brings us to our final book here, The Eternals #1 in a CGC 9.6. Let's bring this up back to the stage. Let's remove that one Justin and let's shuffle it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And bingo!
Congratulations, Justin, from Three Good Nerds.
This one's going to be going out to Chuck Hensey.
Wow.
Chuck Hensey, congratulations, double winner. Chuck
Attaboy,
Hensey.
Chuck.
Right. No, just kidding.
That's going to start showing up in the chat.
Hey, all I can do is show myself removing names and shuffling it. That's awesome. 2 wins for Chuck Hensey. Thank you guys again
Well
all
done.
for coming on out and supporting this show. You're going to get a little bit of a break now. Be back here in 55 minutes. We're going to start that art auction. I'll show you one piece right here. This is one of the most incredible pieces. I can't believe this was donated. I believe this was from Southern Comic Geek donated this, but this is a canvas on paint on canvas. This is Martin Simmons.
Right.
Wow.
Martin Simmons, most famous for handling both the covers and the interiors of Jamestown IV, the Department of Truth.
Yeah, it looks, yeah, you can see that there.
It is incredible on canvas, ready to hang in your home. We got crazy stuff
fun,
like
Jason.
that. So we'll see you guys again in just about 55 minutes. Go have some lunch, give your wife a hug, call in sick from work, all those other things. And remember, guys, collect what you want. Don't listen to any of us, including me. I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Go comics curing cancer.